Okay, let me show you how to do the using the organic chemistry drawing app on Mastering. I'm going to go to the introduction molecule drawing problem, and let me go down to the organic app. Remember, there's two different apps here. One for drawing Lewis structures, right, and that's the one that has that black, the darker heading bar there, and the one I'm going to do today is more for organic structures, and that's the one where you see the Marvin JS. I'm going to draw a fairly complicated structure here. Okay, so it has like a fused ring system, and this is a carbon chain going out here. First off, I want to take care of the two 5 atom ring structures, and you can see like the little pentagon shape here, and if I just click in the box somewhere, right, I get one. And what I want to do, notice that the second one has a common bond here between the two, and if I mouse over, and it really doesn't matter which end I put on this, I'll just make it look similar to what we see up there. If I just click on that, and it attaches the ring at the bottom. If I just click somewhere else, it just gives me a free floating ring, which is not what I want to do. Notice there is this, my favorite button here, the undo button. There we go, clean that up. And so there's 2 nitrogens within the ring, a sulfur on the bottom on the ring. So what I can do here is actually select those atoms and then just mouse over, and the little green circle tells me which position those atoms are going to be placed at. There we go. And now what I want to do is I want to get a double bond to the oxygen up there. And the best I can tell is you have to do the bond first. And there it is. There we go. So I'm going to click on the double bond, and I'm going to put it in first, and by default it gives me a carbon atom. Obviously I don't want carbon, so I'll go over and click the oxygen, change the carbon to an oxygen. Right? That's the way I've found to do this. Like for example, if I click on the oxygen, have it selected, click on the double bond, have it selected, notice that this no longer is selected. It's like you can only select one at a time. And you can see if I go in again, by default it goes to carbon. So again, the best I can do is put the double bond in and then change the atom. If you find a better way, let me know. Anyway, I'm going to undo that, because actually at that position I don't want a double bond. I want this series of atoms going out on this chain here. Now, just like I did up top here, I drew carbons first, and then I changed those carbon atoms to the oxygen atom, or the atom that I'll actually want. So with that in mind, notice I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 atoms going out in this chain. I'll worry about this position in a second. And so what I can do is I can click my skeletal, my zigzag, my chain button there, and I want 6 atoms. So if I click and hold down at that position, what I can do is start developing a chain going on. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are 6 atoms. I know it said 7 if you're paying attention there, and I think that 7 includes the bond actually, or the atom of the ring system. Again, I wanted 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 going out through there, and that's what I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. On the end there's an OH, and then on the one atom end, one carbon end, I have a double bond to an oxygen. Let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and put the double bond in first, and then I'm going to go back and change both of those to oxygens. And notice that it gives me the proper number of hydrogens, or no hydrogens, sort of by default. That's kind of nice. It doesn't matter, if you look at the 2 structures here, you'll see once I click submit, it'll tell me I'm correct. This one's going down in the structure. I have it pointing up. It's totally fine. The orientation out here is different, but the thing that's common are all the atoms. and how the atoms are bonded together. So the molecule is pretty much in the window, but I just want to show you the use of these 3 buttons up here. And so if you hit X, it kind of centers everything, but sometimes it's zoomed in too far, and then you can just zoom out a little bit to then see the entire structure. Now, obviously, I did not need to do that to submit my structure. Let's do that. Again, correct.